Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I have a fun Vinyasa Flow planned for you. So roll out your mat. Hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and we'll flow right into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. Now we'll begin our practice today with some happy elephants to get the body moving and grooving. We'll heel toe our feet out once and twice. We'll reach our arms out wide to a T. Spread those fingertips out nice and wide. Take a big breath in. And an even bigger breath back out to drop the shoulders away from the ears. We'll twist in one direction. And we'll twist through center to the other. Now we could speed it up a little bit. Swaying side to side, letting the arms swing out from the body. Now starting to slow down our swings. We'll bring the arms in towards the body and we'll heel toe those feet back underneath of our hips, moving to our Tadasana, our mountain pose, reaching tall at the top of the head. We'll lift the shoulders up to the ears. We'll work them back, squeeze them together as we draw them down the spine. Now rotating the palms forward, pressing into the toes. We'll take a couple deep, big breaths here. Fully letting go of the breath before we start fresh with a new breath in. Good. With our next in-breath, we'll circle the arms up overhead. Now, we're going to envision that we have a beach ball between our hands. We're keeping the arms tense, and we're holding them up overhead about shoulders distance or slightly wider. We're going to try and keep them this distance away from each other as we move the arms in a big circle. Now, trying to keep the spine long, so really reaching with the arms as we pull our beach ball down, around, and out towards our side, back up towards the sky. We'll move in another big circle in this direction. Reaching with the arms, dropping chin to chest as we bring our beach ball through center, out to our side, up overhead. We'll pause here. Again, repress on that beach ball over your head. And then we'll move in the other direction, circling around, keeping that long spine. So we're reaching with the arm across the body. Bring that ball or our hands down towards the floor, out towards our other side, and back up towards the sky. Again, one more circle on this side. Reach. Finding a little bit of a twisting through the spine as we do so. Out to our other side. And back to the sky again. Repress on that beach ball, engaging all of the muscles from our shoulders, from our back, all the way up through our fingertips. Big breath in. And then with our exhale, we're going to throw our beach ball at the floor as we hinge from the waist. Inhale to lift back up. Take that beach ball to the sky. And one more time. We'll really throw our arms down towards the floor, bending at the knees. And lifting us back up, reach the arms to the sky. Good. With our exhale, we can cactus the arms, pulling shoulder blades in together, spreading those fingertips out nice and wide. We can start to lift the chest and slide the eyes up the wall in front of us, or we can keep the chest and the eyes forward and work on squeezing those shoulder blades in together. Couple big breaths here, fully letting go of our current breath, our current exhale, before we restart with a big breath in, allowing our air to deepen the stretch across the front of the chest, across the abdomen, before letting it go again. And with our next exhale, we'll reach the arms out to our sides as we start to hinge at the waist. Moving to our forward fold, we'll take a little time here to soften and relax into this pose. Now finding whatever movement feels right in your body. We can nod the head yes and shake the head no. We can grab 4 opposite elbows and find a sway. We can pedal out the legs, or any other variations that feel right. Good. Coming back to our breath. With our next inhale, we'll move our hands to our shins or to our thighs. Lengthen the legs as we start to reach forward with the top of the head. We want our backs to be nice and flat towards the ground, reaching forward and pressing into our toes. Exhale, we'll hinge forward again. Now nodding the head yes and shaking the head no. We'll do the same with the arms. Let them wiggle down from the shoulders. And then we'll add a little more bend to the knees and start to tuck or roll our pelvis under. Now we'll continue that rolling motion the rest of the way up our spine, really taking our time, keeping our fingertips down, keeping the top of the head heavy. Rolling one vertebrae past the next, we'll lift the shoulders, and then our chin will be the very last thing that we lift. As we come back up to standing, we can find some shoulder rolls, some shrugs, some wiggling out. And then we'll make our way to the top of the mat. With a big breath in, circle the arms up overhead, reach tall to the sky. Exhale, we'll sweep them out to the sides as we start to hinge and bow forward. Inhale for that halfway lift again, flat back. Start to engage through your core. Exhale to fold forward again. We'll drop our hands down to the floor and step or hop or float our feet back to our plank pose. Now spreading the fingertips out nice and wide, press them into the earth. We'll start to shift a little further forward, coming onto our tippy toes. And then we're going to lower all the way down to the mat, keeping the elbows in towards the sides as we do so. Softening down, flip the feet. We'll take the hands up and then out. So now they're double shoulders distance. We'll tent onto the fingertips. So the center of our hands, our palms are floating off the floor. We'll put light weight into those fingertips, pressing them into the ground as we engage through the core. Squeeze the glutes, lift up for our extended cobra pose or our wide cobra pose. With our exhale, we'll start to soften back down. And we'll take 2 more in and out breath cycles like this. Inhale to lift, pressing the feet, the hips into the ground, reaching long with the top of the head. And with our exhale, we'll soften back down. And one more time, inhale to lift. Exhale to soften. Sliding the hands in closer so they're underneath of the shoulders again. We can either press up onto the knees and then move to our plank, or we can press up to a plank from here. And then send the hips up and back for our down dog. Pedal it out, wiggle the hips, whatever's feeling right. Again, allowing ourselves to relax, to deepen the stretch through time. Good. We'll come back to our neutral down dog. And then we'll sweep our left leg up to the sky. Circle the ankle around in one direction. We'll circle it around in the other. Now, bending at the knee, we'll draw knee to nose as we round and roll forward, stepping the left foot to the top of the mat. We'll take a full breath in. And an even larger breath back out. Now pressing evenly into both feet. With our next in-breath, we'll start to float the upper body up. Reaching the arms to the sky. Take a few deep breaths here. We've got a big bend in our front left knee, little bend in our right. And then from there, we're going to reach our arms directly out in front of the chest, like we're reaching for something. And then, like drawing back on a bow, we'll bring our right hand in towards our chest. And then across our chest to help us open up towards the right side of our mat. Now our back foot, our right foot, has pivoted around and is perpendicular to our front, finding our warrior two. Again, take a few deep breaths here. We've got a nice big bend in our left. Our hips are open. The space across our chest is wide. We're reaching forward and back. And we're trying to keep our arms level with each other, parallel to the floor. Good. Now, keeping our base nice and stable, nice and sturdy, we're just going to move our upper body. Flipping our left hand up to the sky. With a big breath in, we'll reach it up and over the body in an arching motion, reaching it to the back of our mat. We can bring our right hand to our shin, or we can wrap it around our back. With our inhale, we'll reverse its motion, reaching it back out in front of the body. And then we're going to start hinging at the waist. Now we can bring our left elbow to our left knee, or we can take our left fingertips to the floor on the inside of our left leg. And we'll start to reach our right hand up and over the body towards the top of our mat. With a big breath in again, we'll float the body back through our neutral warrior two. And then we'll lengthen long through our left leg, taking it towards straight. Again, we'll flip our left hand up towards the sky. And this time with our straight front leg, we'll arch the hand up over the body and reach it towards the back of our mat. And again, we'll take that left hand in a rainbow motion, keeping the front leg nice and straight as we start to reach the left hand a little further forward, and then hinge again. Now this time we can bring our left hand to our shin, our left hand can be on our thigh, or we can drop our left hand to the floor as we stack our right arm up over top and reach it towards the sky. You can bring your eyes down to your left hand, or you can take your eyes up towards your right hand. With an inhale again, we'll float the body back up. If you need to add a bend into the left to do so, do that, please. And now we're back to this stance here with our straight front leg. And we're going to pick up our left toes, give them a little wiggling out, and turn them to our side mat. Now forward fold with our wide legs hinging at the waist, bowing the chest forward. We'll drop the hands down. I'll take a little bit of time here to soften, to wiggle out. Now we'll float back up again, option to bend the knees as we do so. Send the arms up and out from the body, finding our star pose. Start to lift the chest a little bit, take the eyes up the wall in front of you. Exhale, bring the chest forward again, and we'll pick up our right toes and turn them to the back of our mat. Now bending into our right knee, finding our warrior two on this side. Reach the arms nice and long. We'll take a few deep breaths here, pressing into our feet. Trying to keep our arms parallel to the floor, even with each other. With our next in-breath, we'll flip our right hand up to the sky and reverse our warrior. Reach that right hand up and over the body towards the back of our mat. Left hand can come to our left leg or around to the body. We have that nice bend in our right knee still. With a big breath in, we'll come back through our neutral warrior two and move to our extended side angle. Our right elbow can find our right knee, or the fingertips can come to the floor, but we'll reach our left hand up and over the body towards the top of our mat. With a big breath in again, float the body back up, neutral warrior two. And we'll find that length through our right leg, take it towards straight. Flip the right hand up towards the sky. And we'll reverse our triangle. Send the right hand up and over the body, reach to the back of the mat. Inhale, we'll float through center. Keep that right leg straight. Start to reach a little further forward with the right hand as we move to our triangle pose. Our right hand can land on our shin, it can land on our thigh, but we'll reach our left hand straight up over top of our right shoulder. And our eyes can come down to our right hand or up towards our left. With our inhale, we'll float through center again. If you need to add the bend back into your right knee, do so, please. And then extend the leg long again. Now we'll pick up our right toes, give them a wiggling out, and pivot to the side mat. Exhale, hinge at the waist, finding our wide-legged forward fold. We'll take a little time. Again, wiggle out. And then from here, we're going to start walking our hands back towards the top of our mat, towards our left foot. We'll bring our left foot around to point to the top of our mat. Bring our right foot around so we're back up on our toes. We can frame out our left foot with our hands. And then we'll press into our right hand and find a gentle twist as we send our left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll bring that left hand back down and around. Frame out the left foot. We'll pick it up, send it up and back, three-legged dog. To our down dog. Good, bend the knees. We'll drop them down to the mat. We'll untuck the toes and curl back to a child's pose. Pressing into the hands, we'll start to shift forward again through our tabletop pose. And then we'll tuck our toes under. Lift them off the mat to find our plank pose. Press into the hands. And we'll start to shift a little further forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower all the way down to the mat. Take the hands up and out. Tensing onto the fingertips. Press into the tops of the feet and the hips. With a big breath in, we'll lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale to lower. We'll again do 2 more like this. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And 1 more. We'll slide the hands back underneath of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. We can lift onto the knees. Or we can lift up to our plank. And then we'll send the hips up and back behind. Down dog. Wiggle it out. And we'll reach our right leg up and back. Circle the ankle out in one direction. And then around in the other. We'll bend at the knee, draw knee to nose, rounding and rolling through the spine as we shift forward and set our right foot down. Bring a full breath in, and an even larger breath back out. Pressing down evenly into both feet. With our next in-breath, we'll lift the upper body, reach the arms to the sky. We've got a big bend in our right, little bend in our left leg. Now we'll reach both arms straight out in front of the body. And again, like we're drawing back on a bow, we'll pull our left arm into our chest and then towards the back of the mat as we bring our left foot around so it's perpendicular with our right. Finding our neutral warrior 2. Again, a nice big bend into our right leg. We'll take a few deep breaths here, tucking the hips under slightly so we have a long spine. With our next in-breath, we'll lift our right hand up towards the sky and reach it up and over the body, reversing our warrior pose. And then we'll again move our arm in a nice big rainbow shape up and over the body as we move to our extended side angle. You can bring your right elbow to your right knee, or you can drop your fingertips down to the floor, but we'll send our left arm up by our ear, reach it towards the top of the mat. Again, with a big breath in, we'll float the body back up, finding our neutral warrior 2. And then we'll extend our right leg towards straight as we float our right hand up and over the body, flipping our triangle pose. Another big breath in to circle our right hand up and over the body. Reach it towards the top of the mat as we start to hinge and move to our triangle pose. Stacking the shoulders, keeping the chest open towards our side mat. We don't want to start curling forward. We want to be open. With our next in-breath, we'll float back up. If you need to add a bend into your right knee, please do so. We'll pick up our right toes, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle them out. Bring them to our side mat. Exhale, hinge forward, wide-legged forward fold. Bowing the chest, allowing the top of the head to be heavy. And then with our in-breath, we'll move to our star pose. Reach the arms up to the sky, lift the chest, lift the eyes, wiggle the fingers out. And then we'll start to bring the arms out to our sides as we start to turn towards the back of the mat, which will now be the front of our mat. Bringing the feet around, bending into the left leg, finding our neutral warrior 2. Take a moment to settle into the pose. And then with our next in-breath, we'll circle our left arm up overhead, reaching to the back of the mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Rainbow the left arm up and over. We'll move to our side angle. And reach our right arm to the top of the mat, bringing it close to our right ear as we do so, finding length through our side body. Inhale again, floating back through our neutral warrior two. And we'll find length through our left leg. Take the leg towards straight. Flip the left hand. Inhale up and over the body to the back of the mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. And an inhale to float up and over, reach forward with our left hand as we again hinge. Stack the shoulders. Find your triangle pose. Inhale to float back up. If you need to add the bend to your front knee, please do so. And we'll pick up our left toes, wiggle them out, turn them to the side mat, hinge forward, wide-legged forward fold again. And we'll start to walk our hands towards our right foot, bringing both feet around so the toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. We'll frame out our front foot with our hands, and then plant our left hand down and find a gentle twist, reaching our right arm up towards the sky. Exhale to circle the right hand back down and around. Frame out the right foot. Pick it up, send it up and back. Three-legged dog to our down dog. To our child's pose. Inhale, shift forward to our tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, plank pose. We'll shift a little further forward. Exhale to a chaturanga, to our up dog or our cobra. We'll soften the chest slightly, engage through the core as we send our hips up and back for our down dog. And then we'll reach our left leg up to the sky. Bend at the knee. We'll step our left foot through. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Inhale to lift the body up. Crescent lunge. Now we're going to go through our flow one more time on each side, this time moving a little bit quicker. With our exhale, reach the arms forward. Inhale to draw open, warrior two. Inhale to flip or reverse our warrior. Exhale to move to our extended side angle. Inhale to float back up, lengthen the front leg as we reverse our triangle. Exhale to our triangle. Inhale to float up. Pick up the front toes. Exhale to hinge. Inhale to float back up. Star pose. Exhale to our warrior two. Back of the mat. Our left foot is forward. Inhale to float our left hand up and over. Exhale to reverse, finding our extended side angle. Inhale to lift back up, lengthen through the left leg, reach to the back of the mat. Exhale, arch the arm up and over, reach to the top of the mat as we hinge triangle pose. Inhale to float up again. Turn the toes to our side mat. Exhale to our forward fold. Full breath in. And with our exhale, we'll start to move back around to our runner's lunge. Inhale to send the left arm up, gentle twist. Exhale, bring the left hand down, pick up the left leg. Inhale to sweep it up to the sky. Exhale to our down dog. Inhale to shift forward plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to an up dog or a cobra. Exhale to soften. Inhale to lift. Exhale to our down dog. Take a couple of deep breaths. Find your pose. Re-find your breath. And we'll do that one more time on our other side. With an inhale, we'll lift our right leg. Exhale to step it through. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Inhale to our crescent lunge. Exhale to bring the hands forward. With our inhale, we'll draw across. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse our warrior. Reach the right hand to the back of the mat. Exhale to our extended side angle. Inhale to float back up, lengthen long through the right leg. Reach the right hand up and over. Another exhale, we'll cartwheel the arms, reach forward with a right triangle pose. Inhale to float up again, pick up the toes, turn them to the side mat. Exhale, hinge, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to our star pose. Exhale to our warrior two at the back of the mat. The left leg is forward. Inhale to lift up and over, reach to the back of the mat. Exhale to cartwheel the arm, extended side angle, reach the right hand to the back, to the front. Inhale to float up and over, lengthen long through the left leg, reach the left hand to the back. Inhale to cartwheel again. Reach forward with the left hand as we hinge triangle pose. Inhale to float back up. Turn the toes to the side mat. Exhale, hinge forward. Full breath in. Exhale, start to walk around to your runner's lunge. Inhale for our gentle twist. Reach the right hand up. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Frame out the front foot. Lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Down dog. Inhale, shift to plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to our cobra. Exhale to soften. Lift the hips with an in-breath. And with our exhale, we'll move back to our down dog. Take a little bit of time, wiggle out, or you can drop to a child's pose. If we are in a child's pose, we'll move back to our down dog, tucking the toes, lengthening the legs. And we're going to step the feet just a little bit closer towards the hands. Add a bend to the knees, press the hips up and back. We'll again step the feet a little bit closer to the hands. Pause, bend the knees, press the hips up and back. And then we'll walk the feet the rest of the way into the hands. Moving to our forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Press into the toes, reach forward at the top of the head, flatten out the back. Exhale to fold. We'll drop the arms down, we'll nod the head yes. Shake the head no, wiggle out the arms. We'll add a little more bend to the knees. And start to tuck or roll the pelvis under. Ragdolling or rolling our way back to standing. Take your time. We'll roll the shoulders up and back and then lift our chin up last. Wiggling out. Take a moment to reset. And then we'll move back to our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Reaching tall at the top of the head and dropping the shoulders down the spine away from the ears. Rotate the palms forward. And press into the toes. Closing the eyes if we haven't already. We'll take a full breath in through the nose. And take a few more sips of air at the top. And fully let it go from the mouth. It's a big exhale, big sigh. One more time. Another big breath in. A few more sips of air at the top. And open mouth sigh to let it go. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.